from the explanation of the traditions about the Buddha. Having finished the account of the wholesome traditions in the traditions about the Buddha, now we need to lay out the account of the unwholesome actions with an inquiry into his deeds. Austerity and slander, and once again more slander, slander pierced by a rock and the suffering through a splinter, Nalagiri, cut with a sword, headache, eating barley, backache, dysentery, these occurred through unwholesome deeds in the past. Herein, in the first inquiry called Austerities, we hear about the reason for 6 years of austerities. In the past, at the time of the perfect Buddha Kassapa, the Buddha-to-be was a Brahmin student named Jotipala. Because of being born as a Brahmin, he was not satisfied with the dispensation of that gracious one. With this outcome through the connection of deeds. Having heard it said, the gracious Kassapa, he said, "Where is this shaveling ascetic's awakening? Awakening is supremely rare." The outcome of that deed was that for countless hundreds of lives he underwent suffering in Naraka hell. After having received the prediction from that gracious one, he wasted away in the transmigration of births because of that deed. But in the end he attained his existence as Vesantara, and after falling away from that, he re-arose in the Tusita realm. When the gods requested him to be reborn, after falling away from there, he arose in the Sakya family. He came to full maturity of knowledge, gave up the sovereignty over the whole of the Rose Apple Island, cut his top knot with a well-sharpened sword on the bank of the river Anoma, which was then taken by a Brahma god using his psychic power until the end of the aeon, and he took the requisites placed in the lotus calyx and went forth. Being unripe as yet for insight and knowledge and wisdom, because of not knowing what is the path and what is not the path to Buddhahood, because of eating only one type of food, one lump of food, from one person only, on one path only, at one sitting only, for 6 years in the Uruvela country, his body, with its bones, skin, sinews and the rest, being without flesh and blood, became like a dead person. His striving should be understood as it is recorded in the discourse on the great traditions, and so with great energy he performed his austerities. After realizing that austerity is not the path to complete awakening, and partaking of fine food in the villages, towns and capital cities, he satisfied his faculties, and the 32 signs of the great man appeared, and after approaching the area near the Bodhi tree and defeating the 5 Maras, he became the Buddha. As Jotipala, I spoke to the Buddha Kassapa, saying, "Where is this shaveling's awakening? Awakening is supremely rare. Through that deed and its result, I practiced many austerities for 6 years at Uruvela, and then attained to awakening. I did not attain the supreme awakening through this path of pain. I sought along the wrong path, being obstructed by a past deed. With merit and demerit destroyed, abstaining from all torment, griefless without despair, I will be released without pollutants."